So let's get going. I am Maureen Carlo. I have met many of you. I do business development and U.S. sales, outside sales for Videotec, and I'm joined today by Michael Bedard, who handles our technical sales and support out of our office here in Plattsburgh, New York.
Hello.
And I'm going to have Mike just kick this off by doing some, just giving some updates as to how this is going to proceed and how you can go ahead and ask questions during or after the session. Go ahead, Mike.
So during the presentation, we have the chat section that's available in WebEx. At any time during the presentation, you can type in a question there and I'll type out an answer for you. At the end of the presentation, we'll have a live Q&A session if you'd like. Anything that I can't answer for you today, I'll send up a follow-up email with the information that you've requested.
Great, thanks. Please, we do like to make this interactive if possible, so please feel free to shoot us your comments and questions as this is going on, and if they're appropriate to the topic at hand, we'll break away and we'll answer them right away. So moving forward with our agenda for today, we are going to focus, this is our third in this series of Wednesday webinars we've been doing, and our focus today is on the marine industry. We talked last time about the explosion-proof vertical market. A lot of these items on our product line are going to look similar, but they definitely have different uses and different special focuses. So today we'll be talking about onshore and offshore applications. We're going to talk about the products in general and then show you some deployments that we have in the U.S. and globally as well. And then, as Mike mentioned, we'll have some time for comments and discussion at the end. So I just want to start by thanking all of you again for joining us. The reaction we're getting from our invitations for this has been pretty exciting. We have a lot of manufacturers reps, systems integrators, and distributors who have been asking to get on board with the webinar, so we're really glad to have you here today. So moving forward into the marine line, we are building stainless steel products that are designed to protect your cameras from aggressive environmental conditions. At headquarters, which I just returned from in Italy, we engineer the best materials and mechanical detail so we can offer a marine range which is very reliable and very resistant for industrial use as well as for intensive corrosion that is caused by sea salt environments. The security and safety in marine and offshore sites is a very serious issue worldwide. Marine ports are major hubs for transportation between countries, between continents even, and surveillance solutions from Videotec do play a fundamental role in guaranteeing that operations to continue to protect lives and property of these areas. The port security management market is expected to grow by over 10% between now and 2018. So if you're not hearing a lot about this industry now, keep your eyes open. It's getting bigger and bigger, and we want to make sure that everybody knows we're here in the U.S. to help you. About our products. Our niche products for marine and offshore and onshore applications, as I mentioned, are built for harsh environments. They're designed to operate in day and night in the harshest conditions, including severe weather and darkness. Our devices are carefully manufactured using the best quality components and corrosion-resistant heavy-duty materials. Whether the area you're trying to cover is safe or hazardous, we offer complete lines to respond to any requirement, and they provide the highest degree of reliability and performance under very extreme conditions. They might be ice conditions, they might be desert conditions. We have solutions to handle all of this. Sure, our devices ensure total protection from gas, sea-based facilities. They provide protection and immediate situational awareness for rapid responses to threats and incidents. As I mentioned before, our last webinar did focus on the oil and gas vertical, featuring our explosion-proof devices. So I'm not going to get into that too much today. We'll primarily be discussing the same stainless steel line. Physically, it looks like the same stainless steel line, but minus the explosion-proof specialized features and certification. If you want to go back and see that webinar, we do have it recorded. It is available on the registration page on our Videotec US website, or it is available on our YouTube page. So getting back into the line, our marine line of housing has been designed to offer PTZ cameras and specialty housings for your choice of camera and lens combination. And they provide dynamic remote positioning capabilities, again, offering extreme ruggedness, and as all of our lines, ease of installation with virtually zero maintenance, something we focus on at Videotec. The stainless steel used in the construction of this line is passivated and electropolished and makes the products completely impervious to water rusting and corrosion for maximum protection against deterioration. They offer excellent weather protection and can often be used. We have IP66, IP67, and IP68 rated cameras, so we can handle virtually any weather environment. So looking at lines from left to right, I'll start with our housings. Our NXM housings are IP66 and IP66 rated. They are submersible down to 130 feet and are used commonly in highly corrosive areas such as industrial, chemical, photochemical, marine, naval, and offshore platforms. Options with these housings include wiper and washer tanks, as well as reinforced heaters. They are very affordable. Our NX line starts at MSRP, just to give you a ballpark, starts at $883. So when you talk to your distribution partners about that, you'll be very happy to see the pricing that we have on this line. Our NTC housing that we talk about next is actually the housing on the very left of the screen that you see here. Is thermal camera range. So you can have an integrated thermal camera with a wide range of lenses from 9 millimeters up to 60 millimeters, or you can also purchase a housing that will incorporate your own thermal camera. Housings are available and when the thermal camera is provided. So it will look the same. NPXT positioning unit with integrated day-night camera, which you see in the middle of the screen, comes with either 26 times or 36 times camera options. This stainless steel PTZ unit includes true progressive scan, high-resolution image, advanced image stabilizer, and integrated wiper. We do offer this in both 24 VAC and 120 VAC. We also have to the right of this our camera, the NXPTZ-T, the dual-core integrated camera offering both optical and thermal cameras for verification and detection. Again, we offer this with a 28 times or 36 times optical camera option, and our thermal options are 25 or 35 millimeter with resolution options of 320 by 256 or 640 by 512. Very right of the screen, we have our NXW liquid cooled housing. This might not necessarily be used in the same marine environment, but it is a very heavy-duty stainless steel construction that is designed to protect your cameras in the most severe applications, primarily applications that may be in ovens or in foundries. And with this presentation, because it is part of our stainless steel line. So you see the front flange on the image here. This is engineered with an air barrier, and it's very useful in cooling down and keeping the front window clean. Either water or other cooling liquids helps circulate through the housing to keep the camera temperature controlled, while outside temperatures can reach 554 to 752 degrees. Here, the bottom middle side of the page, our NXPTH unit, which is our heavy-duty pan and tilt device that provides horizontal fixed speed of 5 degrees per second as well as vertical fixed speed of 3 degrees per second. This device is IP66, IP67 weatherproof rated and is suitable for use with our NXM, NXL, NTM, NTL, and NTC housing. So now that I've just informed you a little bit about our equipment, I want to show you some of this equipment in action. So we're going to start talking about deployment, and what I'm beginning with here is one of our more complex deployments using these devices, and this is back in Italy, where Videotec comes from. This is a group of islands in north of Sardinia. And this is a pretty extreme situation. It is an area that is strictly prohibited by environmental heritage laws. So the challenge with this situation was we received a pretty ambitious request from the customer asking for a total IP video system, and they were ultimately aiming to protect the marine and coastal environment of this area. So their request was for surveillance covering a vast area that included the sea, houses, docks, and wharves, as well as the monitoring of maritime traffic in and out of the park area. They also requested that the system control room be located in an ancient tower that was tough to get to, as well as having remote monitoring. They could control traffic of the sea areas from a place that was not visible from the island. So what was our solution? We worked together with some engineers and integrators and tried to figure out how we could handle this area, because the natural location that we were going to install the cameras is so impervious that many difficulties were encountered in implementing the solution. Difficulties including the transportation of the site equipment, and a big one, which was the lack of electricity to this area. So we resolved the challenge using photovoltaic panels that would actually guarantee 1 week of independent power even without the sun. And part of this required that the equipment installed be very low consumption products. So our pan and tilt systems that we use have 0 consumption levels when inactive. The video system that was installed is composed of 2 NVRs and about a dozen Panasonic iPro cameras. So we took those cameras and we mounted those inside our NXM IP68 rated stainless steel housing using our pan and tilt system. And this combination would allow the cameras to operate in very severe and very aggressive sea environments. Mechanical construction and the reliable motors that we use reduce the need for maintenance even in situations of intense mechanical stress. And this became a very essential factor in the remote location of this island site. The result of this very neat project had a lot of advantages for the customer. The zone at risk is now under full surveillance. There is essentially not a stretch of the coastline that escapes the widespread patrol systems that were implemented. And the customer is very happy because there is a clear and precise image that is partially due to the great camera and the imagery in it, but also the constant clear use of the glass at the front of the camera from our wiper and washer tank. I was also really happy because with this, they're able to read license plates of a ship coming in about 2 miles away. So the accuracy of the shots has been very influential in growing this system. The accuracy of the shot is also very high, so when the remote operator can aim the cameras exactly where a distress call might be coming through, they're finding that they're able to see exactly what is happening because things are so accurate from the pan and tilt unit. This will eliminate illegal situations coming through into the park and also the discharging of pollutants into the environment. Yes. I'm going to move back into North America. This picture was just taken recently. Our colleague Gianni actually lives in Montreal, and he traveled to Plattsburgh to our office. He stopped on one of the bridges where it was a stop, and he took a picture of our NXM and NXPTH devices. So what you see here is from a bridge in Montreal. There are a few bridges in the area, and our devices are located on 2 of them. And these bridges happen to be the first and the third busiest bridges in all of Canada. I'm not allowed to name the bridges specifically, but when you see them, when you drive by, you can wave hello into their cameras. They're very busy. As I said, they have about 35 to 55 million vehicles that cross these bridges annually. St. Lawrence River, and they connect to Montreal and Montreal's boroughs. agency that administers these bridges, they chose Videotec NXM stainless steel housing, our wipers, and our washer tank. So they had consistently clear images with zero maintenance. And so eliminating the expense of having service vehicles come to clean the lenses. They were able to eliminate that by using the wiper and washer tank. Is able to handle very cold environments down to about minus 40 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. And they deployed this unit, which is also available with reinforced heaters. And it's a beautiful image. So I'm really happy that we can show you something that's right in our backyard. Now, a similar situation has been deployed on some cruise lines. We have, again, using our stainless steel NXM housing and the NXPTH pan and tilt unit, these have been deployed on the front of the boats on some cruise lines in the industry. We're working with an existing cruise ship that has some on board, and we have an integrator in California that we're working with who is actually going and replacing all of the housings that the thermal cameras are installed with our stainless steel devices, because the housings that the cameras came in are not with handling, they're not upstanding the corrosive environment that these ships face, so they find that they're replacing them regularly, and the maintenance that's associated with it, as well as the cost of replacing the camera, is so high, so they're going ahead and they're going to take their unit and put them in our housing and have a very affordable and long-lasting solution for the cruise lines. So this is an application that has chosen not to use a stainless steel line, but it is a port application. So in Liverpool, in the UK, we have a customer that decided to use the Ulysses range of high-speed TTZs that is frequently adopted solution for monitoring critical infrastructure and assets. But they decided to use this instead of a stainless steel line because our new Ulysses Compact HD, which we have also done a webinar on recently when it was launched, it has broadcast image quality. So the combination of this full HD image and the immediate response to operator commands with the speed of the camera, as well as the LED illuminators that are able to deliver very clear, crisp nighttime images. The overall decision in not going with a stainless steel unit, but going with this unit up front. So they have currently about 8 of these units that surround the Liverpool port, and through the OnView Profile S protocol, they're able to remotely monitor with their VMS and control the wiper and washer functionality remotely as well. We do a lot in the marine industry. Not every application might use our stainless steel applications, so I just wanted to fit something in here to show you how a different type of our equipment is being used in this environment. Sticking with a coastal application, I'm going to go back to the offshore section of this. For the coastal surveillance of pipelines on an Arabian Petroleum Company's offshore platform, they chose 37 units of our IP68 rated weatherproof housings as well as pan-tilt units. They deployed these and have had lots of successes with long-term use of the infrastructure. Again, in the U.S., as we mentioned in our hazardous session last month, the oil and gas industry is growing substantially. We do have global experience. As you see, this is not a local deployment, but we have global experience in this industry, and we want to make ourselves known and available to help you with applications as this oil and gas market is growing within the U.S. So another platform, this one also not in the U.S., but this one did require some explosion-proof devices. So with this Casablanca platform, we collaborated with a large oil and gas company in Spain. They were working on the development of a system that was fairly unique that would ensure early detection of hydrocarbon leaks on offshore platforms and onshore plants that would contribute to increased security levels of the energy company's infrastructure. So in this particular situation, verification and detection were both a requirement for this offshore platform. So our dual-core Maximus, from our explosion-proof line, Maximus MPXT PTZ units were chosen for their combined thermal and optical cameras. So when explosion-proof requirements exist, we do have the product and the international certifications for your integrated solutions. Again, to learn more about those, please contact us or go back and refer to the oil and gas hazardous presentation that we did last month. So just some site references here to show you that, yes, we're talking about equipment that we're offering here in the U.S., but we wanted to show you that we are using this globally, and we do have case studies and references that we can provide you and your customers as you're working on specialty applications. We want to ensure that we have a lot of references to show you the background that we have as we are still getting our name and our brand known in the United States. But we have years and years of global expertise that we're very proud to showcase, and we have customers that like to talk about these applications, and we want to do whatever we can to help you, guide you in the right direction when you're finding the solution to work with your customers. Sometimes that requires demoing units, sometimes that requires on-site visits, and whatever the requirement, we will make ourselves available. Through Mike, through myself, through our colleague Gianni here in the U.S., we're eager to help you with your offshore, onshore, and marine applications. So what I'm going to do now is just move on and see if there are comments. Mike, right now. We do have a group of distributors that we work with. We're proud to be a member of the PSA Security Network and are offering our products through PSA. We also work with Triad, with Annixter, with some more regional distribution partners. So if you have questions about those, please shoot me an email and I can fill you in on where you can seek out pricing and availability for these projects. Next month, we are going to do another webinar that's pretty exciting. We are going to be welcoming Ron Petrie, who is the owner of the Stone Lion Group. He is a specialist in perimeter intrusion and alarm systems and is going to spend the session with us discussing perimeter protection solutions for critical infrastructure. We'll have some great information about solutions that we did right here in the U.S., and we hope that you can join us for this presentation. Until then, I'm going to wrap this up a couple minutes early today, but I want to thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us. As always, please contact us for help with your complex mission-critical project and any questions you have. And if you're looking for a visit with a customer, just ask us. We're very eager to travel and meet them and figure out what we can do to get the right solution in their hands so you can continue to provide valuable services to them and they know that they have support from Videotec right here in the U.S. So since we don't have anything coming in right now, I'm going to thank you for joining us today, and we're going to stop the session officially, but if you have any other comments or questions that you want to join with us privately, we'll stick around for a few more minutes to help you out. So thank you, and we will talk to you again next month. Ciao.